Alright, what is up, guys? So, my name is Spencer, for those of you that don't know me. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and this is actually, I'm going to start off with one of my favorite games. It's called Trailmakers. It is basically a, um, it's this really fun game where you explore this island and you get all of these different components, and then you try and, you have to build like different cars and stuff to get your components to your checkpoints so you can use them. So I've actually already unlocked everything. So one of my favorite things to do is go into the sandbox mode, and then what you can do is build different. Hold on a sec. That's not showing my full screen. Oh, that's annoying. Give me just a second here, guys. Sorry. I expected this to just work right, and now it's not. This is super embarrassing. Pretend none of you saw that. Okay, cool. So this is Trailmakers. It's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go with you guys. I'm gonna do a recording where I want to do these pretty often, but I basically am going to try and build something in the test zone. So the test zone is nice because it just gives you this nice flat ground. You can build things, test them out, see how they fly, and then try them out on other terrains. I at one point had built an actual X-Wing fighter from Star Wars that flew and everything. And so I'm basically just going to try and do that again with you guys, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so first things first, enter our builder. And they give you some... Go away. They give you some preset stuff, so you can actually go to your blueprints and see where you've got all of the different stuff. A lot of these I made for utility purposes. So like, you've got the bumper car. Starts off really early, you grab stuff with the fork, push it, and it goes into the little drop-off point. I'd done a couple of other different, a cargo drone, a couple of different planes and stuff like that. But I'm not seeing anything for... That's just some other random stuff that I was working on. I'm not seeing anything for my X-Wing, so we're going to start off with the cockpit. We're going to do our standard aerodynamic. Is it going to... Oh, I have to click and drag. Okay. So we're going to start off with that, and then let's add some frame pieces. How do I rotate this? There has to be a way to rotate the view. Oh. Ah, there we go. It's right click and hold. Okay. So let's see. So for each block you've got a stat. That's the weight. And so I want to try and make this as light as possible. So I'm actually going to use sorry. I'm actually going to use 2 of these blocks because, as you can see, those are each 1.2 kilograms, whereas the 2x4 is 2.5. So it's actually just that 0.1 difference, but it's going to do just a little bit to make up for that. As you will remember, X-Wings are a little bit longer, so we're going to go ahead and just build that out. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to grab some of my aerodynamic blocks. I like using the 4x1 wedge, so that gives you a nice, long, sharp nose cone that just really helps to make your craft fly a lot better. Let's go ahead and rotate that. Oops, that's an extra piece. Just delete that. Maybe I should have started with this because this is a pretty ambitious project in terms of just there are a lot of moving parts, and so trying to get the entire thing up off the ground and running can be a little bit difficult at times. But we will see and go from there. Okay, so I've got the basic shape of the body. Let's go ahead and I'm going to start on the hinges. So we've got our mechanic blocks right here, different hinges, gyroscopes, stabilizers, springs, you know, rotating servos, anything like that that you would think would do some kind of a work. So, remembering from the last time that I did this, let me rotate that so it's facing the right direction. If you grab, so let me go ahead and grab my propulsion so I can show you guys the engine I'm using. Last time I used this Dragon Jet, so this is a really powerful engine for its weight, and just works out really well, but as you can see it's got 4 connection points on the bottom, so if I do one attached here so that it'll do that, you know, rotate with the wings up, it'll actually stick if I try and put one below it. So what I did the last time is I can take another mechanical hinge here. I'll rotate that so it fits. And then I'm a little, I guess, I don't know if it's weird, I like to make sure that my hinges are, if they're going opposite directions, they're rotated the opposite direction. So as you can see, it's got green towards the up and then red on the bottom. And then this one has red on the top and green on the bottom. So that way if I tell them both to go negative, they'll both go in the opposite direction. So what I'll do with this now is I will actually grab a piston, and as you can see with that one, it only has a connection point on the bottom, the front, and the top. So the really nice thing about that is with pistons you can set them to start. They always show extended for the builder, but you can set them to start at a 0 length. So I'll rotate this guy around exactly how I want him. I might have to change that a little bit, because then the engine would go on the back of that. Or I can just drag that. Okay. Because I want to make sure that the 2 engines are lined up, and so I might have to play around a little bit to see. I'm just trying to think about what the best way to do that is. While I try and figure that out, I'm going to go ahead and build out the rest of this wing. So we have our lift and drag blocks right here. And then you've got a small modular wing, a small flap wing. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't have that the last time I played this game. That might actually... I'm going to try that flap wing out and see what happens. Worst case scenario, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I'm going to just use the copy function, because that's really comes in handy when you're trying to build out just long wings to improve the aerodynamics of your plane. Oh yeah, that flap's gonna be amazing. That's really gonna help. One of the other things I need to do for this hinge is configure it. So as you can see, it's got an A and D, and there's a toggle option. So what I will usually end up doing is I will set the toggle to only trigger for the red, because I want them to go the same direction, so I can actually clear that input out and set that to toggle. But there's also a hold position, and so what hold position does is basically if I give it a little bit of A and I don't have that toggle clicked, it'll just go a little bit and then stop, and then I can go back, manually with the other one. But if I toggle it on and I don't click that hold position, what it's going to do is it's going to immediately, it'll toggle and hold as long as it can, and then whenever I hit that button again, it'll go back to its previous position. 30 degrees sounds a little wide. Let's hit about, let's see. That's not going to let me adjust it with the keyboard. Ooh, can I type in there? I can. Oh, that's great. So we're going to do not 2 degrees. 25 degrees for that. That might end up a little bit steep, but if it does, then I'll just edit that later. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag that off. I'm going to copy this, and then I don't think it will nicely let me just flip the whole thing upside down. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take that engine off, flip the engine the way that I need it, and then leave that just like that. And then, oops, that did not quite work out the way that I wanted it to. Just kidding, yeah, it did. Okay. Oops. So now, this is going to be my other wing, but since the engines are on the wrong side, you can actually take that, and I can just bump it over one, and it'll kick it to the next available slot, which is exactly where I want it on that end of the other wing. You know, come to think of it, I don't think I used these big wings last time. I think I'm going to replace all of those with the smaller ones, because they will give me more of an X-Wing vibe. Here I'm just clicking and using the delete key to just really quickly get rid of all of those. And then I will have to come around to this side so I can get that connection point on right. Yeah, that looks better. And then I will... I feel like 3 times should be good. I want to do a little bit more than I would normally. Usually I would only use 1 or 2 wings. But since they're thinner and this is already going to be a little bit of a larger project, I just want to go ahead and give it extra wings. I'm going to leave all 3 flaps on. That may give me too much of a control surface, but that is the purpose of this video. We're just going to test it out and see what happens. Small flap wing. Oops. Okay, so see, that copied on top of it instead. So there's a... If you think of the 90 degrees as being rotated into like the 45, if you're just above that, it'll copy it on top, and if you're just below that, it'll copy on the side. So I'll just come here, hit copy, that'll kick me 2 out to the side like I want it. And then see, I can come in front of this one and copy it, and it'll kick it right out in front. I'm gonna drag that over to my other engine, copy that over, dope. Okay, so it is starting to take shape here. What I want to do now is try and figure out / remember. What did I do for this hinge? Because I remember I had it pull in. Because I remember I had it pull in and it lined it up really nice and clean. Because they don't snap together while you're playing the game. It's just in the builder where they snap. And so I have to either create some sort of an attachment point on the front end for it to connect to, or what will probably be a lot easier is if I just grab... I've got tubes here. They're basically just like different pipes. They don't carry fluid. They just change some of the way that your shipbuilding looks. But they've got this nice little elbow right here that functions as a corner. And so what I'll do for that is rotate it, stick it on the end of that. So you can see there now I've got an attachment point on the side. And then I can grab this whole wing and pop it on. Connected? I can't quite tell. Nope, that's not connected. Here, let me use... You can use the arrow keys to pop stuff to the side. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier. Come on. Okay, there we go. Let me kick it forward one more. Okay, so now you can see it's connected here. So whenever I engage this piston, which let me go ahead and configure that. So see, you've got the toggle. I can actually just clear both of those out and do a... So it has a speed and a start position. I'm going to take that start position down to 0 because I don't actually want to use that piston. I just want it to be there as a connection point to help with how these engines work and connect and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and throw that on. Since it's connecting to the back here, the front will line up exactly with that. So now I just need to make sure that my second engine lines up exactly with that, which I should be able to do. If I just grab this, I should just be able to slap it right on the side of that other one. and kick it back 1. And now I'm gonna hit the exit builder. No, let me go ahead and attach those other wings the exact same way that I have them. One of the really nice things about when you copy these hinges over is if you do it to the opposite side. Oh, I lied. I thought I was going to flip it, but then it didn't. So ignore everything I just said. Let me go ahead and rotate that the way I need it. So that's that way. Oh, that's, yeah, okay, I remember why it does that now. So those hinges are normally used for wheels, so when you copy them to the other side, it wants to flip it, because if you've got them both facing the same direction, when you turn left, you need those hinges to go in opposite directions. But the game's not smart enough to know what I'm trying to do with it, so we will forgive it for that, because, let's face it, nobody's perfect. Let's pop that. I hate when they shift. Let's see. Okay. That didn't do either, so let's rotate that over. Pop that right on there. I played this game with one of my friends once where we did another sandbox kind of a style, but we both took, I don't know, it was 15-20 minutes to build a ship. And then the fun part of this is, and I'll show you once I get a little bit farther along, this game actually has guns that you can use. And so, so we took like 15 minutes, each built a ship, and then we flew around and tried to blow each other out of the sky. It was a great time. And then that led me to build what is essentially, it was essentially a ship with a plane with a Gatling gun on the back of it. It was really cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and exit this builder. Those are all connected. I mostly just want to make sure that these engines are going to line up correctly. I haven't really programmed anything yet. I kind of don't want to do that yet because I just want to see and make sure that the build as I have it so far is functioning properly. And it kind of is, but not quite. So that clipped a little bit. Oh, and it's sticking out a little bit farther than it should. That's annoying. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out a solution to that problem. So what it should do, granted, the engine sticks out one more block than it's supposed to, which is fine, but the attachment points, if you think of them as like the top little things on Legos, caught together, and so it's not really supposed to do that. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm using Control and click to select all of these. I'm going to configure, I wonder if I can set this to, ooh, okay, so I'm going to set this to the number. I'm going to set that to a 1, and I'm going to set that angle again to the negative, or to the 25. Whoops. And then we're going to toggle it. And I don't think I can set it at a start position, but what I can do is exit the builder. Okay, see, there is that trademark X-Wing look. I actually like that angle, looks pretty clean. And then when I go back, you can see they sparked a little bit, but it does fit together nicely now. Alright, well, we will go back to our builder. Need to make sure and configure this piston properly. Nope, I do need to see that advanced. Start position 0. Okay. And then I can't think of a good solution for what to do with these engines to make them kick one more over. So what I'm going to do is just grab a little block, shove it in between, and call it a day. Because I feel like that should work fine. For that, I don't think I have a 1x1 block here. So I'll go to my tubes. I have a tube 1x1. That will work perfectly for what I need it to do. Just grab that, stick it right in there. rotate it so those attachment points on either side hit, and then this is really cool. I can copy it, and it will stay oriented the perfect way, and line up directly with how I have those engines going. Alright, so now let me go ahead and figure out the so the wing guns, you know, that the X-Wings have on the ends of their wings, will actually be pretty easy as well. For those, since they normally stick out a little bit, the guns that we have, I think it's under gadgets. Nope, it's definitely not under gadgets. Oh, weapons. So I like to use these tiny cannons. They just fit really well, but they are kind of short. So what I'll usually do, or I guess what I've done in the past for this, to give them that look, to make them stick out a little bit more like they do, is I'll use, let's see, so I've got a tube 1x8, so that's 8 little blocks long, 4 blocks or 3 blocks. The 8 looks a little long, so let me grab this 4. Go ahead and rotate that the way that I need it. Slap that on the end, and then I'll grab my, whoops, don't do that. Slap that on the end, and see, that is actually a seamless fit. I did not think that would fit that way, but yeah, that looks really clean. Cool. And then I can copy that one above, kick it down to where it goes, and then let's see if this does the way that I think it will this time. I'm gonna try and copy it. Oh no, because it's gonna hit that. Usually if you copy something and it finds an attachment point on the other side, it'll flip. So let's see. Oh yeah, perfect. So you see that tube elbow is now reversed of what it was before, because it was able to find that attachment point, so it tried to kick to it. So now I just need to grab this other gun. Copy that over. Okay, cool. So now... Oh, that did not... Oh, cool, it caught fire. That's kind of neat. Okay. I wonder if we leave it and let it burn, if it'll explode. Oh no, it just disappears. Okay, well that's a little disappointing. So the problem with that mainly is when I open it, it's going a little fast, and it's actually launching the ship as it is. So let me go back to my builder, and I should be able to adjust the speed. I wonder if I hit shift. No, that didn't do anything. I was trying to shift click and see if it would select all of them, but I'll just control click through. I'm going to take the speed of this down to about, let's do 0.33. I like that number. So we'll hit that, and then while we're here, all of my engines are already configured for space. I'm okay with that, but I'm going to hit it as a toggle, kind of just because I want to see, because when I'm flying around, I like for it to just fly. I want to see how those flaps, oops, sorry, not that one. I want to see how those flaps behave. So it looks like that was on Q before. Okay. Oh, those aren't going to work how I want them to. Okay. Yeah, because see, that's just engaging all of them. I was hoping that they were going to, as I try and use either my keyboard or my mouse to kind of pivot, I was hoping it would just control to that, but it looks like it just has the one control. So, yeah, those aren't going to work. We're going to do what I did last time. So, let me go ahead and go back to my builder here. Is there an option to select all? No, so I'm just going to... Okay, and you can see it's giving me a warning there that that's not connected. If it's not connected when you first start out, it's not going to do anything. So I am still going to grab that small modular wing. That's the right size, and of course these are just the default colors. I will change those to probably just a red and white scheme for the whole ship. Do like the white for the background and then the red for the accent color, just because that'll give us a pretty sufficiently rebel vibe. And I mean, we're building an X-wing, so you know. Copy that one more time for me. Don't know why it didn't double click there. Okay, so unfortunately, because this isn't Star Trek and we do actually have to control some we do have to obey some approximation of the laws of physics. I am gonna have to put probably a tail on here just for control purposes, or you know, like a tail that has a couple of fins. It's not ideal, but again, this is a game with some approximation of the laws of physics, so what I'm going to do for that is I want to be able to cut down on the number of blocks that I have to put here. So what I'm actually going to do... Oh, I get to show you the logic blocks. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, anyway. Oops. Okay. So we've got one hinge placed to where it will go up and down. I'm going to copy that over because I will need both of them, and I will need both of them facing the same direction. Now, the fun thing with these is what I can do with my tubes is they have this fun other, it's a double elbow. I'm going to have to move that piston, it's not going to work. I might put that on the top wing instead, just because... yeah, anyway, sorry. This tube double elbow will let you attach something to the top, so it'll do that kind of like an elbow curve on one side, but it does it on the other side as well. So what I like doing with those is grabbing a... Oh, they have ailerons now. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to do a lot more exploring in this game because it is not... they've added a lot of stuff since I've played this game. I usually just grab these simple tail fins and I'll slap one on the top and one on the side, which you can see it's gonna hit that piston. So what I'll do for that is just... It's probably gonna be easier to just grab this whole wing. Kinda kick it, I'm gonna kick it over there. Grab this whole wing. And then move it up one. Oh, I accidentally selected all that too. Yeah, so that's still connected, and then I can flip this over. And up, apparently. And then I'll need to grab that one. Flip it over, shift it down, and then I can grab this whole wing. And see if I can get this to connect right. Oh, almost, not quite. It's connected to the main body and not that hinge right there. There we go. Okay, so now I've got the room on the side. I might not actually, I think I'm gonna have to scoot that up one more block. Just do both wings. Oh, that did not do... Oh, cool. I just deleted it on accident. Thank goodness for Control-Z. Anybody who doesn't know, Control-Z is a default Windows shortcut that will allow you to undo anything that you just did. So in that example, I accidentally deleted 2 sets of wings instead of having to completely redo them. I was just able to Control-Z, do an undo, So you can see now that slots in perfectly right there. And that'll give me a nice control surface that will move up and down. Up would be an issue, but this wing is going to scoot forward to be even with the other one as soon as we get going, so that'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and copy this tube elbow over and rotate it that way. Then I'm going to copy R2. Oh, I've got to fix this wing too, because it's got the one on top that I need to be on the bottom. So control clicking again here to use all of the just gonna pop that one up out of the way. I think I grabbed the hinge there. You can see the pieces that you're grabbing will turn a slightly transparent color whenever you grab them. I saw that hit on the two hinges, and since I don't want to move them, I just went ahead and deselected it and redid it. Let's pop that bad boy up. Oops. That is not what I wanted to do. Attached to the... Yeah, that one attaches to the front. Okay. Let's go ahead and take that. I did that same thing again where I attached it to the body and not just to the hinge. There we go. Okay. And so... Oh, I didn't move them up. That's what it is. Goodness. Okay, there we go. Now we should be able to copy that over without a problem. Okay, perfect. So the really nice thing is what this will do. Normally, if I was building a regular fin like that, I would use this tail fin, which you can see. I'll rotate it upside down. So you can see it's got this nice 2x4. I could slap that in the middle. It would fit for that 2 wide spot. But that would only give me a vertical control and a horizontal stability. I know there are like actual aviation terms for what it's called when your plane does this, but I don't know what they are. So instead, doing this nice little split rudder gives me the option to, one of the other things they put in this game was logic gates, which are a lot of fun because what this will let me do is I can move this hinge and this hinge separately. So if I can hit one button and this one will move up and the other one will move down, and that'll cause my plane to do a little bit of a roll, and so then I can pull up, have both of them triggered at the same time, and that'll allow me to kind of pull up and do a turn that way. So what we're going to do with that, I'm actually going to scooch this all back, if I can get just that. Okay, there we go. And then we have our logic blocks right here. I don't remember exactly which one I need to do. I don't remember if it's an and or an or. I think it's an or block that I need. Yeah, output if any input is not 0. So what that will let me do, let me go and rotate it just so it's going the correct direction. So what I'll end up doing is I will set reverse commands for these two. So normally, if I go to the configuration screen, whoops, you can see right now it's A to the red and D to the green. So what I'm going to end up doing, and I think I'm I'm gonna try and WASD this. I think it should work. So what I'm gonna do is instead of A for the red, D for the green, and then I'm gonna wanna do for this one, I'm gonna wanna flip it. So I'm gonna do D for the red and A for the green. And so I will go ahead and show you. What that will do is give me this nice opposite motion that will allow my ship to roll. Granted, that's way too much movement, especially when I get moving. And as you can tell, it's moving the ones on the sides as well, because I've reprogrammed those. So let's go ahead and while I'm here, configure. Oh, I think I programmed one of them, but not any of the rest. So yeah, let's go ahead and clear that one out. And now, did I configure that one right? It didn't look like it was doing. No, it's good. Okay. Oh, hello. I don't know why that's clipping that way. Oh, I think because I swapped the hinges. No? I don't know why it's shaking like that. Usually it only does that because something is clipping or it's trying to take up the space of another block. And the software doesn't like that. I don't know why. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out why exactly that's doing that. It might be because the connection point for this piston right there is trying to connect with that one, but it's not liking that. So what I'm gonna do, because I still want my engines to be lined up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift that back one space, and I'm going to zoom out here just so I can grab all of these. Nope. Ugh, my rotation is slightly off. I'm going to scoot all of those back one. So that should fix that. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm just going to do it individually because that's a lot easier. Okay, but now what that's going to do is it's going to put this whole wing slightly behind that one. So now, I'm just going to take this whole wing, and I clicked the hinge right there. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to just move it up one space, where it actually connects on the body here. Let me move this camera real quick. So you can see now that one's slightly ahead of that one, but it should line the wings up the exact same. Oh, I did not need it to zoom in that much. Okay. So that... Let's see if that fixes that clipping problem. Nope, we're still spazzing out for some reason. Can I say that? Am I going to get in trouble for saying that? Let's hope not. So we're going to the red, going to the red. So they're rotating the right direction. I wonder... I'm just trying to think of a quick solution to this. Okay, well, while I'm trying to figure that out, I'm going to finish doing this OR logic gate. So as we saw, I can use the A and the D, and that gives me that nice opposite movement. But whenever I want to pull up, the nice thing about using an OR logic gate is I can choose which things I want it to affect, and it gives me the red command and the green command. So even though the actual controls for the hinges are flipped, this will make them go the same direction. So Okay, so we've got green on top for that one. So if that moves it up, that's going to be my pull back. So for that, I'm going to want to do S, and then we'll use W for that one. I still am very much a fan of the like literal pull back to go up, or hit the back button to go up as the S is, and then the W push forward goes down, like actual airplane controls. Not that I'm a weird person about that, I'm just like, it makes sense to them, might as well use that for me. I'm still trying to think up a good solution here. I wonder if I put the piston stable and then attached the hinge over here, if that would work. Let's try that out. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all of these hinges. That'll make it a little bit easier when I'm moving stuff around, since I have to move it anyway. Just might as well do it that way. So let's see. Oh, and the nice thing here is, instead of using these ugly 1x1 tubes, I'm going to delete both of those. I'll move that piston, it keeps getting in the way. So what I'm going to do now is, because I want that hinge to be able to stick to the side of this piston, I'm actually going to pop this around the other way, and that'll give me that nice side connection point. And then what I can do is I can just slap a, oh, what are they called? An aerodynamic block. So I'll grab one of these 4x1 wedges, and I can just slap that on the side there, and that'll give me that nice aerodynamic shape, but it'll still give me the mounting point that I need right there for my wing to be able to connect. And then below it, to be able to get this other one to connect at the right width, I'll slap another one on right here. Let me see, I'm going to go ahead and rotate that. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a little, I guess I can use a tube corner, or elbow, that's what it's called. Farther down, yeah, right there. So use a tube elbow to connect right there. And then that will let me stick that wing just like that. Except I don't want to do that yet, because I still have to put those hinges on. Okay, so now, I also don't need that one. Okay, let's put this piston back where it needs to go. Okay, so the piston is connected right there, perfectly where it's supposed to be. Now I just need that hinge to slap on right there. So we're going to go back to our mechanic blocks. I will grab that, yeah, it's called the steering hinge, because you usually will use it for steering, but I like using it for pretty much anything that requires a motion to be made in a 1x1 space, because I'm a big fan of my stuff being symmetrical and perfect. Okay, I have to fix all of this side as well too. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy these over. They're really nice too, where if they find that connection point, they'll go ahead and flip an actual like 180. They don't just copy and scooch over. And then I'm going to do that with this elbow as well. Okay, so now that's all connected, right? Oh no, the elbow actually did slightly weird. It connected to the point on there and the point on the wedge. So let's kick that back over, grab those, scoot them over. Oh no, forgot about the hinges. Can't be doing that. The whole point of this thing is to do the X with the wings. Okay. So now I've got all of the wings laid out correctly. Let me go ahead and copy that over. Except I missed clicking the copy button. And then remember, I need to make sure that that's facing red up. And then... No, I don't don't need to do anything else with that except make sure that it's copied for that one as well. Copy that one over as well. Oh, that went... that went in the wrong spot. That didn't copy where I wanted it to. Okay, so now you can see we've got all of the attachment points on here correctly. We've got our very small tail. Realistically, I guess it's not that small, but we've got our smallest tail, so it'll fit. That'll give us our control surface. Let's see if, first of all... Okay, no clipping so far. Hold on, I don't remember which control I set for those hinges. Oh, I didn't. Cool. So let's go ahead and reconfigure those the way that I wanted it. What did I say? 25 for this angle. And then we'll do the speed. What did I put that at? 0.3? Oh, that's going to be stupid and make me type it in. Oh, not 33. 0.33. Thank you. Go ahead and clear that. Clear that one. I'm going to toggle it to 1. Right? Yeah, okay. And that one's down. Oh, no. That one, at least, is rotated the wrong direction. Because I need the top wings to go up and the bottom wings to go down. Okay. So those have all been set to and toggled for 1. Our OR gate should be programmed correctly. Those are all toggled at space. Where did my hinge? Oh, my hinge moved. Oh, and then the guns. I forgot about the guns. So those, okay, they have a mouse click right now. That'll be fine. Sweet, let's see if this sucker flies. Okay. Oh, that's what I forgot to change. Alright, look at that. It's a little wobbly. But as you can see, it is actually currently flying. So yeah, that's that X-Wing. Let's see how the bank Oh, okay, so I've got the bank reversed. So when I hit my, so when I hit the A key, it goes to the right, and when I hit the S, it goes to the left. So that just tells me that I need to flip those key bindings. So let me go ahead and I'm going to try and land this without crashing. So I'm going to go ahead and disengage my engines. I'm going to reset my wings. And we are going to hope and pray that I am able to land this. Ooh, that was money. Look at that. I didn't even break anything. Heck yeah. Okay, so let me swap these key bindings real quick. While I'm at it, I'm going to decrease that angle, because that is literally insane. Oops. Okay, then I can select both. Let me drop that angle down to, like, let's say 20. 20 should still be way more than enough, but... Alright, let's try this one more time, see if it works. Alright, so let's go ahead and do X-Wing mode. Fire up our engines. Have this baby airborne. Oh, heck yeah! So it doesn't say... Oh yeah, it does. Look, there's a little ammo gauge, and I can Oh, that's cool. They didn't... Again, it's been a while since I've played this. They didn't have that the last time I played. And so, you would just have it to where you could set a delay on each gun, and then it would fire like a Gatling gun, but this honestly is way better. I like that one more. So yeah, that... Oh, let me change the colors real quick. I gotta change the coloring, because I said I was gonna do that. Let's see if I can land this in X-Wing mode. I say X-Wing mode. I guess it's like attack mode or something like that. Whoop. Okay, well it still technically didn't break, but I did flip it upside down. Okay, real quick, I wonder if I can take off like this. Oh, nope, nope, nope. It is not liking me trying to correct that, so that is literally not going to fly. Yeah, I'm trying to use my tail, but it's just not doing what I needed to. Okay. Good enough with the... Oh, I can't build while moving. Okay, we'll slow down. Okay, so now I'm just going to select all of my blocks. Okay, so color 1, we've got white and red. I like the white. I mean, that's still not exactly, but that at least gives us the whole red and white Rebel Alliance kind of a vibe. This bad boy is ready to fight the Empire. Alright, well thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had a ton of fun. In the comments, you will see the link to the YouTube channel and video specifically where I got the lo-fi music at the start and end of this stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll hope to be posting more soon. Thanks. Bye.